Sure. Very reassuring.
It's very easy to get back to anything else.
Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to post.
Is this with your texture? No. Sweet.
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 But all texture.
Is that the sunrise?
That's a spear, a red spear.
It's hot.
This is your reticle. This should be the title screen. Oh, look at those.
Yay.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cool.
Alright, I was gonna try to post it on Facebook, but I don't have the link today. So I just said we're streaming. Hopefully you can figure it out.
Hope you can figure it out. Bye. Bye. We need to get stuff done.
Alright, well, it's our last milestone. Yay! Woo! Everybody healing. Good. Stress. Y'all have done such a great job. I'm so proud of everybody. I think y'all are just really doing some amazing stuff in a very short period of time. So I hope y'all are having fun, and this will be our last presentation before we actually show. So y'all know what that means because we talked about it lots of times. But just, I guess I'll let you guys do all the talking now, and I'm gonna watch. And if you know, we always need you. Yeah. I'm gonna go over here now.
We need you, Shiloh. I need you, Shiloh.
Awkward.
Very my soul to use.
Very my soul. And I'm like, awkward.
You'll kill me.
So, bubbles, I didn't do a lot to it. I made it so you just have to look at things and pop.
Does the monitor have sound?
Yeah, it's just, we're not something.
I know kids would they can do that for hours. There's not being crazy.
Then yeah, I also added the new sprite.
They're very wispy.
Oh yeah, the bubbles look so much better now.
10 out of 10. 5 milkshakes.
5 wet
Or about
kisses.
it. And so for an action, I got the music and it changes. So do stuff starts being faster. I also had speed.
Oh my god. That's his voice, by the way.
Continue to be faster. Surreal. Oh, we've worked once, man.
What's up there?
It was real life one time.
That's all I have. I didn't end up not writing much more for content. For now, just this one scene.
What a nightmare.
That's awesome.
It smells like it.
That's how it keeps it.
It does.
Sort of like to try to add at least some more scenes to it in the next couple of weeks. It's not, it's sort of giving you the idea of the experience even with one.
And it's okay to have just a sample for this,
Yeah,
and then continue working on it for the next one and then the next one. I mean, we have 3 shows that we're doing, so.
but like that one scene is sort of, that feels sort of complete, that you don't want to, just don't want to talk.
It's hard to
I'll help.
write that kind of stuff.
We'll help you.
I was just, Shadow play. Probably the one I did the most work on last summer. It's sort of just a bunch of art assets. So. Okay.
What? That's awesome. Wow, this is like conceptual phase of like 2 weeks ago.
The Disney, the when you let them go, they see some more stuff. And the lights are a little bit weird.
Wow. That is great.
It's awesome. I don't know why it was so big and high. The bottom of it is on the ground. Also, it's also sort of weirdly, it's a corner. It's like there's a lot of
It
on
does.
the ground, and like that bottom corner's on the ground.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put it down farther.
Yeah, that it can go up like halfway.
Yeah, like it
To the
just,
bottom.
you don't really see if it goes into the ground.
The 2D assets on the 3D stuff looks really good.
The lizard looks really good. Um,
I love the teddy bear.
Oh yeah.
will we be able to?
Ah.
Oh, that also looks
That is like
dark.
whoa.
The shadows are dark on the, or the sheets are dark.
Yeah.
In the shadow of the hand much. There's a little.
Oh goodness. Okay. That's scary looking. That is crazy looking. Are you proud of that one? I like it.
Oh.
That's great. Wow.
Sort of focused. But it's sort of got all functioning
Totally.
today.
Did you get the water to work on your boat? Is that the way you want it?
It's, yeah, I just have 2 separate water PNGs moving like that sort of, and we're going to talk about having the colored ones placed more strategically.
And so he was still working on the art.
If I can get a couple, screenshots of the whole room so I can determine where the lighting is best on the objects.
I'll just look at first to get actually correct. There's sort of roughly the place where they should be.
You do an awesome job.
So yeah, you clean up the baseball stuff, and like some sort of that's right sorting machines. You watch the ones like flying around on the right. They like sort of different pieces of them sort of overlap weirdly. They go past each other. That's weird. Also, just generally flying around with oranges. Museum.
skybox?
So I just, it's not really a skybox image. I just grabbed an image from Sposs. And I think it's supposed to go on a sphere, I think. I just quickly threw it in a skybox. It'd actually be pretty easy to put it in the sphere. I didn't get that far with building the museum itself. But so it's just going to be this gallery.
Yeah, we're gonna model the whole thing,
Yeah,
and it's a lot. So
that's
we're just gonna do the room that we're gonna be in.
so we're just going to do this room. Yeah, which is where we're going to be. And then outside, look out the window, since we have space. Because otherwise I would model it outside of the rest of the building. And I haven't gotten everyone. Well, Justin,
Yeah.
Ben's haven't given me theirs yet. And Chen,
Mailbox. What's yours gonna be?
Also, so if you look down, it has a little timer thing and it takes back
Oh, that's so cool.
from any of the exhibits that look at that. Currently, a few of them, like, and shadow play and interaction and spots and instant. Currently, I also have like an ending, but not everything does. Did we want everything to sort of time out?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe after 5 minutes of just
Okay.
sitting there, it would probably be good to go back to the main menu or quit.
Because some of them don't have like bubbles, some have a clear like goal or ending. So however long.
I mean, we could time it so that they, could come back in later and play with it. Or we could just leave it. It's not.
It's cool that you have some animated stuff in there, like the water.
Yeah, so I wanted to, so when it's like black and white, the water is still, like the fire is still. And then when I hover over it, the water will start animating.
Did you get my texture files? Because I sent them to you because you needed them for that installation. No, actually, alternate installations. I sent you the texture files again about 2 weeks ago. So if you want
Yes, I
to
did not get.
they're Google Drive.
Yeah, if they're not on there, I didn't.
No, they should.
So most of them I've gotten summer.
Leonard's bird should have some grass or something.
That's what that is. I was like, what is that bird on the ground? I can't even place it.
Oh, also, we'll use them about like the lighting or something in the room. If I look down, my white rifle in place. White for.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'm just. Okay. I guess that's that.
Yay!
Did you have fun?
Not really. What did you say?
He said sure.
So we install on the 8th. So really, as far as like your final goals for this, just a few things that you know about that you need to have done beforehand, and what you plan on testing on Wednesday would probably be a good thing to talk about.
So I mean, like a lot of it's like shadow play. Shadow play is a lot of it sort of fixes. The museum is a lot of photographs.
And I'll send you my stuff today. Have a model and get repo.
Would it be possible to get the room, like it's good at light like that, but just a slightly bluish purplish tint?
Yeah. Well, so it's supposed to be black and white. That was like sort of, at least this sort of trial that I did originally. Was
It might
The museum?
museum?
Yeah.
Or the shadow play.
Yeah, shadow play, he wants like a.
Shadow play, okay.
Yeah.
Some of it has some color, but all of it's not very color. It has some color. Yeah, I show you an install also.
Good job, Shannon. Good job, Shannon.
So how did you end up doing the dialogue? Is that on the quad as well?
It's separate.
As long as it works, I don't care.
Yeah. It's sort of in front of the quad.
Sweet.
Even that way you interact with the same
So you can interact.
camera. Yeah, you use the same like 2VR camera to interact with the UI.
For some reason,
So it is
sweet
gaze and
or
click,
feathered
I
and
guess.
stuff. This is for the extra.
So this is Yemen's Tail. This is what it's actually going to look like. Oh yeah, that's. This is what it's going to look like once you go into it. So as you saw in the museum, there was a picture frame. This is going to show up in the picture frame, and it's like he's showing you a gaze and click game instead of point and click. So all these things are interactable. I don't know if I showed you all this last time, but boxes are interactable, light post interactable. Actually says stuff. I got little sound effects for the clicking. The signpost interactable, like you just said, made a little sound to start and read. That box is interactable, that's the box you need to be able to kind of go further into the game. I'm going to show the crystal thing last though, just in case it doesn't work. So it's like, oh, you're playing a nice little old school RPG. There's no fighting. There's just whatever exploration. And it's not like, map markers telling you exactly what to do and destroying everything that an RPG is about. And look at that. You just solved the puzzle. And when you get your energy recharger in here, as you can see, the fog actually dissipates as the particles touch them. So that's great. So what we're going to do before we leave here is we're going to check out this crystal over here. And this is I'm excited to see this if it actually works, which I assume it does. So the K crystal begins to build a strong world. I can hear voices all around me. And then bam, you the player are transformed from looking at that painting into this crazy looking, it's actually a heat sink city with all these fans above you, with heat sink fans. And you're jutted into this new reality. You're like, what happened? But then you're brought back into this. That transition can probably be changed. We'll figure
Not
that
so
out
late,
later.
probably.
Yeah, right. Maybe like a little fade or a sound effect or something. But so it's basically you're just getting used to this like 2D kind of experience, and all of a sudden it turns into a 3D VR experience that takes you back into it. K crystals lore-wise can remember the world in all its infinity from like the beginning to the end. So it can take the players back into the past or into the future of the planet at will. And I assume you made it to where if they go over here, there's a collider.
No.
Okay.
I think
So the end game is you just go over here, there's gonna be like an invisible collider, and it's like, I need to find who I'm looking for. I need to find Seven, or whatever the hell he's gonna say for a good transition thing from one scene to the other. And yeah, that's Human's Tale. Thank you, Shannon.
probably not that fish.
Would not use a nav mesh?
No, I mean not have it right here. So if you
Oh yeah. Well, I thought I put something back here to stop him. He likes to go a little bit everywhere on his own. Yeah. So there is actually a fighting system, an inventory system, and an enemy system in this game, but I couldn't perfect it in time. So hopefully that will be for the second version. Because if you actually press V, he gets his sword out, and you can actually fight with your sword. And there was an enemy type that was supposed to creep out of the fog once you dissipated, and you were gonna have to fight him. And the enemy can actually shoot lightning bolts at you. I think I showed you all the lightning bolt effect last time, but I'm going to make it actually an enemy effect. So, yeah, a little bit of RPGs. Alright. But yeah, that's the end of this tale, so there you go. I'm really proud of it. Yes?
Is there a color you want in the background?
Probably just the color of what the museum looks like. Just to kind of make you think you're still there. Is there a way? So, here, can you put the model of that painting frame
Yes.
here? Okay, because I think that'll really give you the illusion you're still where you think you were. Okay. Yeah. So if we can do that, great.
Then the rest of it. Right.
Sure, yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
gray is probably better than white. White's really jarring in
Yeah.
VR.
Well, I mean, for the, like the walls are also sort of gray.
That
Floor
was
is way too much.
Yeah, whatever color this is, whatever texture you got, make that the same as.
Yeah, so it's like, so you look down to leave, and then you come back and you're staring at the white floor.
Yeah.
You probably won't do it so much, like with the mouse, you just do nothing and it stays. With your actual head, you sort of.
Yeah, you have a tendency to look up anyway.
Because it's sort of unnatural, it's like staring for your
Yeah.
actual person.
It'll be good to test this with real people.
Oh, yeah, there's no dots. Amazing audio. Thank you.
It is
Broke
just so
spots
sweet.
on the like straight thing, but she'll probably just use your laptop.
You broke spots.
Yeah, my phone version works. It's worked all weekend, and then something happened this morning.
Oh yeah, so I was trying to make it very foreboding yet relaxing, because you're on a quest to try to find this immortal dude that's been messing with the world you're on. But he's very elusive. So.
It does have a whole bunch of sound.
The guy who made custom music for Spots, which again we won't be able to hear because he recorded it with his video player and not an audio recorder. And he's got some songs I'd like to use in his films. Yeah, this was Spots. It's dead now.
Boss is dead.
Just destroyed. You think I can just get a clone?
I can fix some.
So let's get up to Soulmates. Yeah. Soulmates is not done. It can be done relatively fast, I feel. I'll show you what I got going now. Sadly, the more progress I made, the more bugs I got. You all know that, though. That just happens. But I should have something playable here to show you. Way more playable than it has been. And don't judge me on all my subfolders. That's great. It's organized. Yeah, at least organized. Overly organized. So Soulmates, originally it was a game where you flew around as an invisible soul trying to cleanse troubled people. And that's basically all you were doing. You play like a little maze mini game once you entered the bodies of these troubled people. Possibly people were going to get sick with that experience, so we changed it up and kind of kept the same idea, but we kind of went backwards. So instead of being a soul trying to find a body, you're actually the entity that creates the purified souls that find the body. So it stays with the lore, and we actually get to change up the gameplay to where instead of you moving around, everything moves around you. Everything does. So it shouldn't make anyone sick. It might be a little bit jarring at first because you're inside a sun. Oh my gosh. Is this going to take forever? I started it this morning before I came. Why, do you have it too?
No, nothing news.
What's the newest one? Because I haven't really updated in like 4 or 5 days. It has been updated.
Nothing works.
Nothing worked? Okay. Now here we go. That's fine. So yeah, for this idea, the basic premise of the game, I'll show you. Yeah, I've got some errors over here. You're cleansing uncleansed entities, which are going to be different beings from the different worlds that revolve around the sun. Zach helped make the sprites, or didn't help, he actually made them. I was trying to put some transparency actually on the sprites to make them look more soul-like, but for some reason, Spriter hates us, and we can figure it out later. So let's go ahead and play and see if something happens. Can you? I need a mouse.
Especially ones in the distance would be nice to have transparency.
Suspense. Okay, so right now we got about, yeah, as you can see, the frame rate is dying. Frame rate's 31 frames a second, and there's literally no models in this game except for the planets. Those are Unity models. Well, for some reason, the script you made, it started breaking after a little while. It says the variable sun of center mass, the planet's not been assigned, but they've all been assigned. So, as you can see over here, there it is.
It's under planets.
Right, so it's non-center of mass. They all have the Earth and star at their center, so there's just something getting in the way. Again, it's something we can fix probably easily.
Yeah, that's what's causing the frame rate drops.
So if you're in the sun, you got all these different planets revolving around you, kind of like an atom. Zoom out here, please, so you can actually see. Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, some of the revolving strips are totally off of base. They're definitely not supposed to be that far away. Yeah, they're not even revolving around the sun, I don't think.
I think it is. It's just a big orbit.
It's so weird. Probably the forces they could be up against. Anyway, so the planets are supposed to be revolving in a relatively close state, and the purpose of you is like, oh, you see all these different souls dancing around. I'm not gonna come here. I stare at him. He dances. Oh, bam! He turns into a purified, or I'm sorry, a cleansed version of himself, and they dance towards you. And when they come to you, they actually dance below you. You know what? I think this is actually a older version because that was supposed to be faster. Anyway, okay, so it's like, all right, I'm still got to collect these souls here. Something's going to happen. Yeah, I think the frame rate is killing a lot of stuff. So right now we got it to where if you collect 3 souls, or I'm sorry, if you cleanse 3 souls, 3 souls will turn into a light, purified soul. Bam, right on. So it's just a bright light. So at this point, and this is what scripts are missing, at this point it turns into a shooting game, I guess you could say. You're trying to shoot off your purified soul to one of these planets that are supposed to be near you, but they're not. And basically the whole premise is you're doing your job. You're just trying to do your job and be the janitor of the sun. And yeah. So also originally there was supposed to be an enemy NPC that was going to, it was called the Infected. They were going to infect other souls, and they were actually going to also attack the sun entity, the god you are. Way too complicated. Thank you, Sean. So I'm hopefully going to implement that. Not version 2, definitely version 3, because I don't think it'd be really that hard. It's just the AI having to interact in 3D space is probably the hardest thing.
Be fun to talk about later.
Oh yeah.
Adding some suspense, like it starts off kind of far away, gradually gets closer
So right, like the longer you take, the worse off you are.
to you.
And also, all these sprites at one point were facing the camera. I made a script myself, which is not saying much, but I did do this time. I did do it right. But it doesn't work. It did work. But I added new stuff, and they broke this. So they kind of just look where they were. Which I wish this was finished. I wish I could show you all a finished product. It's not broken. But I promise it will be fixed in a week. And it should be a lot better. So that's Soulmates.
One thing I
I
noticed
think I need to repool.
is that the sun is rotating, which I didn't realize this before. But that's basically exactly the same as if the player is rotating, because the background is rotating. And it could potentially make someone sick because
Oh no, it shouldn't be moving you at all.
Because
It's
the
Oh,
sun
No,
is
it's
the
just
background.
it's
no, it's
the
just the layers of the sun.
feeling of movement.
But it's very slow.
We
I
can
make
test
it
it on
slower.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Test it.
Um,
I haven't had anyone test it.
But that's just something to keep in mind. It looks great though.
No, I actually was going a lot faster. I made it a lot slower, which I think helps. But it would make it not move.
So, my games works from start to finish now, maybe.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I didn't get to do the textures I wanted to do for this round. When you interact with an object, the object that comes out of the item is not textured, and I still need to do that. But Alex did a lot of the scripts on everything. But I'm really glad it works. The only thing left I have custom music, like I was saying earlier, that I need to implement, but it's going to take a little bit. But the room does fill up when you add all 4 items and you are transitioned into space and the music changes. You get like a little windmill
What did you
sound.
do?
And then, I mean, you're in space.
You just made your own stars.
But it's, yeah. So, so Yeah, it's a little short, but the only things left I wanted to add was
Textures on interactable objects. Has to be
music,
music
and then
and make the nebula more
there's
interactive.
there's
stimulating.
an issue with the Oculus, the top of the thing. In the actual model, it's completely sealed off, and you have the dome. And then, but I don't know if we'll be able to fix it this time because we can't figure out what it is. But in the actual version, you have like a layer of like a white circle around it, and then the center. And then other than that, for the next round, we wanted to add textures to the water. So when you add the stars and whatever you add, it adds like a little texture to the water for each one. And we also wanted to add where you can be more precise on what you pick to make the space more customizable. Other than that, yeah, that's space. And I had a really good time making it.
That's amazing and adorable. I love it.
Thank you.
Maybe the plan up back to the museum field along.
Yeah, so I think 10 seconds and then fades back in and space. 10 seconds after that.
Something the red carpets for shadows.
Oh, that.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like about 2
It's like black,
Oh.
black silhouette.
That's a good idea.
Because one thing we noticed in testing for dogs, I'm not sure you can read versus not, they like, they had what
Oh.
do in the hall. But I thought giving it
Yes.
one item that looked different than everything
Could that
around
come
the road
from
would be
me?
probably
Say
oh,
no.
there's something wrong. But maybe that's not the case. So you're right. It probably doesn't need a little more.
I did add the lady, like,
You're kind of like that.
just like
We
the
also,
Kind of low and
it's considered down,
in the
just
part
like
of the testing, we found out that
because I was like,
if you, I don't know if you
Click on
noticed,
the
the
that, like,
vertical and the four
very
items,
briefly looking down.
it still grows
And then-
after
yeah.
you've already used it.
You want the
So it
red
makes people think that you can still use it
You
again.
can just learn the interaction thing in Unity.
We did the
It's awesome. Down.
That was, you know, one of the things.
House.
Things.
Yeah, the house is missing windows and doors right now. So, I've added some things. Some of you may have seen the globe, posted a little bit of that. So, you can use this Nerf gun, you can shoot darts, and the darts will push the globe if you shoot it. And whenever you click on these land masses, the globe goes into like dance mode. So
Sweet.
it's gonna play some music, and this person who sees the globe will start dancing when the music starts playing. And the reason you want to move the globe is because different land masses will play different music. So I'll have 4 different tracks, so you can push it and then click on different continents. Wait for it to rotate. There you go. So yeah, then you can turn it on. And I accidentally shot the lever, so let me replay. So with the lever, if you try to pull it initially, it'll be stuck, so it just like shakes. But if you shoot it with a dart, and I just spam, there we go. So you see it bounce up and down, and now you can pull it. And what this will do is alter the path for the car slightly. And the only missing item I have is there's going to be a button like along one of the paths for the car. So when you pull this lever over to the right, the car will change course, drive over the button, and then once the button is pressed in, lights are going to come on this house. And I'm not going to use real lights. I'm just going to change the color of the windows. So the windows will be like a blue color, and then I'll make them yellowish when it's on. And once it's on, you'll be able to open it like this. It just bounces open, and inside there's going to be another toy person, and the person's going to be like laying down like Burt Reynolds style. And this toy person, when they see the person inside the house, they're going to start like flexing and posing to like impress the person inside. And that's pretty much going to be it. So I'm missing a few little things. Need to add windows and doors to this house. I was very lazy with the inside of it. So that's why this is just solid. And I just hollowed out this. I need to add the button, which will just be like a cube. And then I need to implement some animations and audio. And other than that, it's pretty much complete. Yes.
A small suggestion.
Mhm.
You should have a window in the room you're inside and a window on the house. And if you look out the window on the house, an eye comes up.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, I really wanted to add more to this room, like a window and a door. But yeah, that'll probably be like a stretch goal afterwards.
Very, really cool.
Definitely doing stuff like that. And also, so there's different algorithms being used for the shader that I was working on. And each landmass, like along with a custom song, there's going to be a slightly modified algorithm for generating the rainbow color. So we have a slightly different pattern. So my goals were finishing all the models, scripting, animations, and adding audio. And I did pretty decent on all of those. I did finish all the models because the button is just going to be a cube inside Unity, so I don't really have to model anything. I finished most of the scripting. There's just logic for changing the car's path left to do, and then like activating lights in the house, very tiny things. Made progress on all the animations. There's no more, I don't have any more funny animations to show off right now, but I am working on those, and I just have to implement them inside Unity for all the people. And I have found some audio, I just have to throw it in, find a little bit more, and I'm just going to make all the sound effects myself because they're just going to be very tiny sound effects, like the darts hitting things. So yeah, I need to add a button on the table that the car can drive over, implement the audio, finish scripting the logic, and implement the remaining animations. I wrote down my favorite things. I practiced some shader programming, which was super fun. Shaders are cool. I completely redid the system for toys and people and how the people detect the toys. And it makes adding toys really easy now. So refactoring is cool. And games are cool. So, that's all.
Good job. So you think you can make it Wednesday for testing?
Yeah, I'll be at the Wednesday testing, and I'm hopefully going to have everything done by Wednesday as well.
And we set up the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So the time on that is 8 to 4, hopefully? Question mark?
Question mark.
Saturday. There. So, Aaron, this is the one with the grains in the mailbox. You probably remember. I was up very late last night, so I might be a little disjointed. I get stuff done. It's mostly complete. I'm still missing sound effects for some stuff. When birds get eaten, they don't make any noise. When birds fly, they don't make any noise. Yeah. And they don't make any noise when they bump into things. I haven't decided whether that's going to be a thing or not. But I do have, let me just show you. So that's my flock of birds, grains. You can open and close the mailbox. But there's a street light up here, and if you look at it, it kind of buzzes, which you can't hear on this. So those are the elements. The audio is spatialized a little bit. The cricket track is just constant, but the cicadas that you're hearing, there's cicadas like ahead of you and behind you, and there's an owl that'll come in about a minute in, kind of further away. There's some dogs barking.
That's awesome.
And when you have the mailbox open and the birds come by, so if you think they get caught, they get sucked in. Just a more. There they go.
Capturing the lead.
Yeah, so the ringing birds are getting much bigger, which is very hard to tell on 2D, but in 3D, they keep getting larger and larger. You kind of see with the shadows. I got the massive birds. Now there's just one bird left. Just one left. And
Oh.
Those are right.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
so yeah, that's what it does. It takes track.
Oh,
Nice.
good job.
So that's pretty much it. So yeah, the things I have to do are finish out the sound effects, and then figure out what other polish items to put in. There's some things I kind of like the light to flicker a little bit when you look at it, and I kind of like the birds to react somehow when you look at them. I don't know what that's going to be, if that's just head bubble or if they're actually going to do barrel roll or something. And I'd like to texture the birds a little better. Maybe the sidewalk. It's not so hard to do inside Magica Box, so it's just pixel painting. So I think the birds should probably be like an off-white vanilla kind of color, with a little bit of accent for where the folds would be.
Very nice.
Yeah,
It looks like it.
Yeah.
yeah, I was pretty happy with the way the mailbox sound effects and the ambient sound turned out.
Yeah, audio is really cool.
Yeah, your sound effects are very good.
Yeah, you're so lovely. Your
I like
audio
your
is awesome.
prints.
You know what?
The capturing boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but now they,
What if mailbox pieces sort of flew out when a bird fell on it?
oh, yeah.
Like I do it now?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Body parts of the bird.
So I found out the planets are like these sprinkle free guys. So all the planets are like revolving around that. I don't know. Well, or it was revolving around every instance of that sprite.
No, I think the idea for this is that's how they move.
No, that's not even supposed to be there.
Well, so planet script is just how things orbit around, so I think calling the planet might have been a misnomer, it's called
I guess it's all of us.
orbit,
Bits and then,
but
yeah, and then,
So you don't have show?
Yeah, he'll be here. He said probably by 2:10, which is 7 minutes ago. So.
No, he said
he said another thing.
can you like
like 2:06. He's just leaving.
pass me my
Okay.
Well, apparently I'm going to
So do you want me to just show?
I hate trackpad.
Yeah, if you can show him, that'd be good after.
If you give me a screenshot, wait, just the Rubens boss, I could do like a little circular mural.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do you want a middle of the inside room, or do you want something that indicates what the inside of the room? You know what I mean, like a synopsis. Yeah.
What I'm thinking is like an engraved circle in the door and then just the color of this.
Okay.
The color of the door with black. Black would be like some of
I
those.
was trying to get a picture of everybody, and I was so involved in watching your game, I was like, I forgot. That's great. I forgot to send you. I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning, so.
So
What's this game called
I'm a
now?
little late
this
here.
is called Vaporwave Racing VR Edition,
Oh,
which if you shoot among you, they knows that the acronym is VR.
right, that's why I asked.
There's no racing in it, really. It's a physics sandbox with featuring my head and a bunch of balls. Well, not necessarily the same thought. It's being slow. But yeah, my goals for this milestone was to just add more physics stuff. Make sure it all still works in networking, but you know, we're not gonna have networking for the final thing, so it's just being a computer. I also I removed a lot of the color from the ground texture, but I added this this sort of wireframe grid along the entire ground, which is actually its own model. Maybe it's might be over here. Okay, here we go. So here's the actual game. You can just knock things around with this like car that controls like a block of lead on an ice skate. And so there's this head thing, and I'm pretty sure you can't knock it over if you, oh wait, no, you can. Yeah. Well, it doesn't knock over as well unless you hit it like in the face. Maybe I need to give it more mass or something, but yeah, it kind of acts like styrofoam. I couldn't really get buoyancy on the water because that requires a lot of physics and stuff. I mean, I could probably fake it using a few scripts, but I ain't about that life.
Word.
You're so cool, man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I have.
Can you transfer the balls from one pit to another?
Yeah, if you really want that.
Have you worked at it?
I didn't know if you could.
It's all just physics. I mean, if you can imagine how to do it physically, like running a car into something, then yeah, it's.
I just didn't know if there was
The
something.
world is your oyster.
But that is not a bad idea, like his idea of transferring, maybe there's holes.
Yeah.
holes on the sides where you can hit the balls through and they'll disappear.
God, not another golfing game.
Oh yeah, that is kind of like golf. Crap.
Yeah, I think I would need to make the car bigger for that. That would probably work. Or make the balls smaller, make everything else smaller.
So is that focal point actually like a ball that you're moving across the?
Yeah, so it's just this is just a sphere that I'm using.
Instead of using a UI kind of.
It's, I guess, absolute position.
Yeah.
So basically that just tells you the points that the car is trying to drive towards. I can show you the gizmos, and this is kind of how it's applying forces to the car. So the further to the side you go, the more it pushes on the front and back. And then, so there's actually, the reason it stops is because there's like a small area where if you get within a certain distance, it'll actually reduce the speed until when it's at the very center, it's 0. But there is a max force. And also the speed isn't, I don't actually have a speed limit, it's just limited by how much drag is in the car, like how it's done in real life. And in order to get sort of fly like that satisfactorily, I just have to drag down to 0 when it's in the air. But yeah, that's what I have. It's not super complete. I've been working on other people's projects, trying to like help with that a lot. But yeah, I like the physics of this. It's not like a super accurate car simulation by any means, but it's reasonably like it works, and you know it kind of acts a little bit like a real car.
You scrapped the other idea of having like a little ramp and stuff.
That is a little ramp over there in the
Okay.
background, but it's kind of too hard to go off of. I can actually go off more reliably if I. Okay, I remember. Yeah, so I initially wanted this to be a network multiplayer game, but I just couldn't with the time frame and with the logistics of it.
Yeah, the logistics. But we can continue working on it for Let's Play for sure.
Yeah, so you can go off the ramp if you like sort of go behind it and aim for the face. And I missed. I should probably move that forward more, but I think largely it's done. I might add a few columns just to really drive home that vaporwave aesthetic.
Yeah, it's very striking.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how it looks.
Yeah, the sunset's my absolute favorite part.
Yeah,
So cool.
I just messed with lighting sliders. It don't look good.
Can you get out of the level if you go?
Good question. Oh, I think that's the easiest way to do it. I think if you do it, resets. Okay.
So far.
Yeah. So you come back, or maybe we can have it so that way that's how you leave.
You don't want to be here anymore? Fly into the sunset.
Yeah. It's very Western. It's really hard to control this thing if you want to actually like. Which it's probably good because this isn't a racing game anymore. But yeah.
Were you thinking about giving it a trail or anything? Good.
Is there a built-in thing for immunities? Okay.
Oh, well, so there's a couple things. There's trail render, and there's also particles. You can do like, they'll emit and stay in the same position.
Let's do a trail render probably. But yeah.
It's different levels.
Yeah, alright, so I'll do that. Again.
Cool.
Those are my notes from the D&D game.
Boring is a bad guy. Better than my notes. I just have like coins
Yeah.
and like who I paid and then when I get money. That's pretty much all I ever write down. Shane, another one? You're so cool today.
What? Oh, Leonard's.
Yeah.
I was gonna show you. So, major things that you're gonna get, his own custom reticle.
Oh.
And he also replaced all the buttons he had down here with echo and roll stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, on that, you can start drawing. And click on the hood. You also had
Oh, it falls back down. Oh, sweet, okay. That's good.
yeah, you worked on the particle systems also.
That's great.
And click on the little birds and it changes color. Also, there's two different. I'm just discovering this minute. There's two different ones releases all of them at one time, and one of them is like one at a time.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then there.
If you click on a bird, like the spray would change it.
I don't. Yeah, wait. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah. Just not.
It's a cool idea.
Can you still change the night?
I don't know. We're doing all light bulbs or something.
Yeah, okay.
No, there's one.
Oh, it turned out.
Light bulbs is gone.
Can you click on the sky maybe? Well, looking really high up.
Go check it out.
You said there was something wrong. I was doing midnight. Some of the textures or something missing.
Very awesome. He also fixed some issues I know with the bird, nav mesh. Like, those two seem to be stuck on each other somehow. They hopefully don't get stuck so much in the bushes. Or, like I had one get stuck in on these things. He fixed that. Yeah, those. Anyway.
The birds stuck under the steps.
Under the steps?
The close ones. The ones are on.
It just
There's
went.
like a,
What?
there's like a shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, there? I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Somebody's higher.
Oh.
something of that.
Is it the ladder?
The switch.
This,
Oh.
the switch is floating.
Uh,
I didn't even realize how close that was.
No.
It was off in the distance.
It used to be off in the distance. And it's hard to tell in VR. I think it's more obvious.
Looks better without the grass, all the grass pieces and stuff.
I think the ambient light is a little dark. Or the shadows are a little.
But also, the finished calculating. Sometimes when it's on auto, it takes us. Yeah, I think it's right. Shadow's a little hard. Uneven just.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great job presenting. Well, good job, everybody. Woo.
Yeah, it's all bad.
I'm wondering if the shadow is more of a blue tint, like a dark blue tint.
I don't intend. So I know you can make them like more transparent. That'll be good.
If you change the ambient light to like a dark blue, then that's good.
They take the color they can.
Yeah, it deadens the color a little less.
Okay. Yeah, but also, like, you can make the transparent color just like intensity.
Yeah.
So, you know, it won't make it solid black. It'll just be
Right.
Well, again, Wednesday night, testing, BCTC, we won't be meeting here, we will be meeting there. Bring your stuff.
7? I thought it was a little late, but I think that's what it said.
7 is usually the company.
Yeah.
Give it
Oh,
on
right.
Facebook.
I don't yet, but we can put it on the HBRE website to remind everybody, but
Is it? Oh, no, I've already
I
got
thought it was.
Facebook.
it's on Facebook. Yep.
Not on.
I think Shane's face is
Fury and
that
or
little link.
the disconnect. Okay. I thought it came through the HBR.
I'll invite you then, he's been doing
I
it,
tried-
so
Oh, yeah, I think we
he might have already, I wasn't sure if he had or not. It's at 7.
I'm trying to get Archie to co-host it on that day. I sent you.
And
All your sound.
Should say it.
All your sound.
yeah, so
You told me, so.
This morning.
we will be setting up on the 8th at 8 a.m. or 9
I get the fail.
I think they said 8 to 4 is the time that we set it up. I don't expect anybody there at 8 o'clock in the morning unless you're like an early bird type. I'll probably be there. And we're gonna try to set up as quick as we can. I've got 2 games to set up.
Should have changed.
Also setting up Super Frame next Saturday.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet, so.
Okay, so, yeah, I think
Oh,
I
oh,
put the
oh.
planet
Screen
on the
Like,
free
try to
tab.
get
these to get out.
That is
So
because
hopefully all the
yeah,
ones
since
that
we
we
can
can
listen around the sort of center.
Oh,
So this one actually comes in the way back.
Hey, well, I can stop the stream.
That's probably what I was doing.
Thanks, everyone!
So, yeah, it all works.